We really do believe that Bitcoin is, and each one of these words is important. It is the first global, private, no government oversight, rules-based, critical, rules-based, digital monetary system ever. And it's a very big idea. We think that the entire crypto asset ecosystem, and we think most of the crypto assets you have heard about out there, will disappear. There will only be a few for different reasons. That ecosystem in 2030, we think, will be a $25 trillion ecosystem. Right now, it's a little over $1 trillion. We think that the biggest idea out there is Bitcoin.
ARK Invest CEO, Cathie Wood, has shared her vision for Bitcoin and the crypto market at large, and it is nothing short of revolutionary. Cathie expresses her strong belief in Bitcoin, describing it as the first ever global digital currency system that operates independently of any government control. This, according to Cathie, is truly one of the most disruptive innovations made by far. As Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies gain wider acceptance, Cathie believes that monetary systems worldwide are bound to change as we know them. Looking ahead, Cathie forecasts tremendous growth for the crypto asset ecosystem as a whole. She predicts that by 2030, the total market capitalization of cryptocurrencies will soar to $25 trillion, a seismic shift in global finance. In the recent COSM 2024 conference, Cathie Wood discusses the 5 major platforms that define this technological era. These platforms are artificial intelligence, energy storage, robotics, genomic sequencing, and of course, blockchain technology. Let's now watch clips of Cathie Wood as she discusses these important points and how these technologies, including cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, are slowly dominating the modern world. Give this video a like to show your support and subscribe to the channel for your daily dose of crypto and finance news. We hope you enjoy.
Stop, you don't have time. Don't miss out this 2025 bull run. Educate yourself first ahead of the crowd. We have created the ultimate step-by-step crypto cheat guide that will guide you this bull run. Unlock the secrets of crypto and make smarter investments today. Now by clicking on the link below to get your exclusive copy just under $10.
As I mentioned, we're at the threshold of the most disruptive period for innovation or caused by innovation that the world has ever seen. And the 14 technologies that you see here are the reason why. These 14 technologies are involved in these 5 platforms. So these are 5 innovation platforms evolving at the same time. This has never happened in history. The closest we've gotten to this is the early 1900s, when 3 innovation platforms evolved at the same time. Back then, it was telephone, electricity, and the internal combustion engine. Completely transformed the world. Today, we're talking about these 5. So the 5 major platforms are robotics, energy storage, artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, and multi-omics sequencing. We have, in the last 20 years, we were fighting in the financial markets. Now, I know a lot of you are in the venture world, you're entrepreneurs, and you may not relate to this, but what we are fighting in the public equity markets is this notion, and have been fighting, that exponential growth, rapid growth cannot be sustained. And that is because we've been in a linear growth world for so long, where you do have a burst of activity, and then it decays down to the GDP growth rate. In the tech and telecom bubble, we first heard the expression exponential growth. Growth sustained, say 20 to 30% growth sustained for years. And many people thought that was going to happen. And that's how we got the tech and telecom bubble. We had too much capital chasing too few opportunities too soon, and it ended badly. Now, the seeds for these 5 major innovation platforms were planted during the 20 years that ended in the tech and telecom bubble. And they have been germinating ever since. They weren't ready because the technologies were not ready during the tech and telecom bubble. We didn't get the cloud until 2006. We didn't get deep learning out of ImageNet until 2012. We didn't get the other big breakthrough in artificial intelligence, transformer architecture, until 2017-18. We were not ready for prime time back then. And so here these technologies, again, the seeds were planted back then, they are ready for prime time now, and investors are running away. They're running for the hills. What are the hills? They're benchmarks.
Cathie Wood predicts that these technologies will soon change global systems and practices as we know it. She believes that these technologies would continue to grow over the coming years. In fact, she previously predicted that Bitcoin could hit over $1.5 million within the next 5 years. ARK backed up the previous price prediction by pointing to a higher hash rate, long-term holder supply, and addresses with a non-zero balance compared to the prior downturns. Recently, Cathie raised her prediction to $3.8 million as an aftermath of the growing institutional adoption driven by the spot Bitcoin ETFs and the recent Bitcoin halving event. Now, let's get back to more of Cathie Wood's insights.
GDP growth. As you can see from this chart, through history, technology has caused leaps in GDP growth. And you can see from, I think it was 1400 to 1900 or 1500 to 1900, the world was growing about 0.6. This is real GDP growth, 0.6% per year. And then those three platforms I mentioned earlier, telephone, electricity, internal combustion engine, of course, transistor, computers, internet, then that catapulted us into a 3% GDP growth world. The consensus view going forward is that GDP is going to downshift. We completely disagree. And we believe that we should see a greater growth increment than we saw in the period, in the last period. So that was fivefold, which would take us to 15%, but we didn't want to seem completely crazy. So we put 8% out there. But, you know, it doesn't make any sense that GDP growth should slow down given all of the innovation that is evolving right now. And the other thing that makes no sense is that inflation will remain a problem. There are two camps right now on inflation. One, and many of you, Stanley Druckenmiller has been interviewed a few times, so you've probably heard him on Bloomberg or CNBC, beloved CNBC. And he's very much in the higher for longer inflation. We're in the 70s. This is intractable. Look at the wage negotiations, the UAW, the auto companies, the airlines, 10% per year, 6% per year. And our answer to that is many of these industries are going to be disrupted, disintermediated, and perhaps destroyed. And so what will happen is that those wage gains will end up crushing margins. This is not going to be pushed through into inflation. If anything, we believe that we're going to enter a period of deflation. Now, I know deflation sounds scary. It sounds scary because of 08-09. Everyone was talking about a deflationary bust back then, and it was horrifying, and you know, it was terrifying in many ways because there was almost a complete financial meltdown. That's not what we're talking about right now. There's good deflation and there's bad deflation. I just gave you an example of what bad deflation will be. Companies that have not invested aggressively enough to move into the new age, and they're going to be disrupted, creative destruction. The good deflation is what I described before. Those learning curves causing cost declines, which are passed through to prices, which which will cause booms, absolute booms in these technologies and in productivity. And the virtuous cycle that we're going to see is going to be astounding. Now, many of you know that CNBC has called me Crazy Cathie. And you may think that now too, but we really believe what I just said because we're doing the research. We're doing the research that very few people out there are doing because they just don't believe it. They don't believe it. And they also don't believe you should do much from the top down. And that became a kind of the mantra as I was growing up in the business.
Do you agree with Cathie Wood's insights? What do you think about Cathie Wood's vision for Bitcoin and the broader crypto market? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below and keep the discussion going. If you found value in this video, do give us a like to show your appreciation. Subscribe to the channel to stay updated on the latest news on crypto and digital finance. Click the notification bell so you never miss out. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.